Hello. Welcome to the video that will show you 3 big new features that will be released with multi-carrier version 1.42. We have custom carriers, outbound and returns, and email label templates. Many of our customers ship FedEx, UPS, and other major carriers every day. But they keep asking us, how can we manage shipments with other, smaller, more local carriers that aren't integrated with Zencraft yet? So let's go ahead and start showing you how to set up your custom carriers. So we'll go to the preference object and click on new, and we'll click on custom carriers for the carrier code. Let's call this XYZ Logistics. As I just mentioned, the custom carrier is going to be used for those instances where a small local carrier you use does not have the technology on their end to receive shipment requests. So this is the use case where you want to record information about any shipments you are sending with any of these smaller carriers. In this second section here, the custom carrier section, you have your account number, your carrier account username, and password. These are not required fields, but if you do have an account number with, let's say, XYZ Logistics, this is where you can store it. So we'll just enter some arbitrary information here, just for the purposes of this example. Then the rest is just usual information that you would enter, such as the shipping address. So we'll just enter One Market Street here. Enter the shipping city, San Diego. State, California, zip code. Copy this over to the billing section. And we'll enter some default sender details here. Just enter phone and email. So that's it. We've filled in the basic information for our custom carrier. Now you can define the characteristics of the carrier. For example, service types such as ground or express, package types, and even reference types. You have this tab here that allows you to create multiple packages per shipment with a simple toggle. For this custom carrier, we'll say they only allow 1 package per shipment. So let's go ahead and start adding some package types here. So go ahead and click Add under Package Types. And we'll add box 1 small. And then you have these toggles here to the right on whether you want to require a weight or dimensions in the wizard. We can add as many as we want here. So let's go ahead and add a second box, box 2 medium, and we'll apply the required weight toggle. The next thing we need to do is specify the service types you want to show on the wizard. Now here you can enter overnight, for example. And here you'll see the type, domestic or international. You can select whether this service type will be for all shipments or just domestic or international. Let's go ahead and do a standard service type as well. And if you want, you can also add references. This can be a PO number, for example. And then you can keep adding more and more. But there's a delete button here, so you can delete any of these items. So that's ready to go. You can now click on Save. And then you have your custom carrier with XYZ Logistics. So we can go ahead and create a new shipment and see this working straight away. We'll select our carrier, and everything else works the same way. So we'll go ahead and add some recipient information. We'll choose from a recipient contact. And then in the packages section here, we have our package types now. So we'll select box 1 small. We also have our service types, and these are loaded from the preference we just created. You can say the weight here is a required field, but the rest of these values are not. So we'll go ahead and just click on Ship Now, and we'll create our shipment record. So you'll see you have your tracking number and all the information we need for this shipment. It's also created a label, which you can print out, as well as the package information. So at the very top here on the top right, there's a drop down where you can click to print labels, and this will print all the labels related to this shipment. Now, all this information is stored natively in Salesforce, so you can easily create reports and view all the information you need. It's pretty simple. So now let's have a look at Outbound and Return. So real quick, we'll go ahead and click on New Shipment. And we'll create an outbound shipment with FedEx. You have a shipment type section where you can select a return shipment or outbound. But for this, we'll create an outbound and return shipment. You will then see a slight change to the wizard with two tabs here, one for outbound, one for return. So let's choose FedEx for outbound. So we'll select our information here. And then we can select UPS for return. This is the same wizard you're used to, but for both outbound and return. You can fill in the details, select the package types, weights, and enter all this information as always, but we recommend to ship from a custom standard object, however, to just make this a lot easier. So in order to show this, we'll go to Orders, and we'll go to Order 101. And with a little bit of setup with two custom address sources, one for outbound, one for return, you can just click the new button and that'll preset all the information for both outbound and return. So you can see we have a FedEx outbound with a weight of 2, shipping overnight. The return shipment is with UPS and is UPS ground. You can calculate the rates if you need to, and this shows you what you have pre-selected. The highlighted rows are the pre-selected fields, so you have priority overnight with FedEx, the value of 43 for the base charge, and you have UPS ground with UPS. Carrier charge of 12. You can also see the total here. If you want to make any changes, you can click Select, and it will highlight the different choice that you make, and the price will reflect. Once ready, you can turn on auto print, and that will print the labels automatically, or you can click Ship to create the outbound and return shipping labels. It then redirects you to a consolidation record, because this is the information that we need, a master for the object that holds the information. You can see here we have 2 shipments. And if you want to go to print the labels, just go to this drop down, click on Print Labels and Documents. Now, just to show you how it looks on the order object, we can go ahead and click on this related order. We'll refresh this page. And you can see our 2 shipments are here. And this will work once you set up the custom address sources. So if we go to the custom address source, you'll see we have an order outbound and order return. I'm sure you've seen this before, but just to give you another run through, the one thing to note is when you're creating an outbound and return custom address source, you have to change the wizard mode to outbound and return. And then you can choose the order return custom address source by name here. And then everything else is the same with it, just as you were to create a normal custom address source. So you need to create one custom address source for outbound and one custom address source for return. Now let's go ahead and show the email templates for labels. So here's an example. If we go to this shipment record here, here's your shipment. Then we can go to this drop down here and click on email label. So you can see now we've got the ability to CC. And you can CC more people on these. Here we have our template. And if you select the attachment, you can do so here. Basically, this is a nice editable template. So you can enter a message that you'd like, edit it as you please. And if you go ahead and click on send, that will send the email out. Now, how do you set this up? It's based on the preference. So if we go to the FedEx preference, for example, click on edit, you can go to the email template ID default. Now this is the default, and you can search for the email templates here. Here are all the email templates we have in this test org, and this is the one that we're going to use. And once again, this will work for our process builder, invocable methods, so you're able to send out your customized email templates for outbound or return, or with clicks and not code. That's it for features. If you have any questions, contact us via our live chat or contact us at support@zencraft.com. Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed this video.